Breathtaking landscapes, wild beauty, diversity of cultures, a journey through Earth's history. This is Langkawi, the jewel of Kedah. Langkawi is an archipelago of 99 tropical islands, which sits in the blue waters of the Andaman Sea of the northwest coast of Peninsular Malaysia. A land rich with earth history could be seen through its significant rock formation and unique landscapes. 550 million years ago, Langkawi was the part of Gondwana land supercontinent. As the old land was slowly submerged by the sea, tectonic plates movements moved Gondwana land south to the cold Arctic regions. Then around 280 million years ago, Gondwana land began to disintegrate. A small piece of the continent called the Cebu Masu block, together with Langkawi, started drifting northward back across the equator. As the newly emerged Langkawi had undergone continuous grinding, sea levels kept changing until eventually Langkawi, as we know it today, began to take shape. That's Mati Aziza, my host. To many, a widow running her homestay business, but to me, she's a foster mother. All of her children but one son live far away from her now. To her, this homestay is not an additional source of income, but a means to spread her love to even those far-flung areas which perhaps she'll never see in her lifetime.
Macam ramai kat kampung ni, datang kat kampung ni, kami sambut dengan gendang silat, dengan bunga mangga apa, ramai-ramai. Lepas tu mai di rumah, tak jamu makan lah. Kalau makan bersama mai tu jamu lah bagi macam kuih-kuih ni lah. Apa kuih-kuih yang kita buat bagilah mereka makan. Lepas tu tidur sini malam tak ni ke jamu nasi lah. Pukul 7 lebih juga jamu nasi lah. Makan biasa lah macam nasi tu. Apa yang kita buat mereka makan semua lah.
One is never at a loss for a place to stay in Langkawi. There is accommodation to suit every visitor. Accommodation ranges from world-class resorts to affordable family chalet for budget travelers. And of course, homestay for those who never want to be away from their homes, even if they're away. Machi Aziza is preparing lunch for everyone. Even at the age of 73, she's as active as a young lady. Years of hard work have not trusted her tempo, frequency, or the zeal to serve the people around her. As I was going towards the house of Machi Aziza, all the way was filled with enchanting beauty of sky-high mountains, lavish greenery, hazy sky, clean air, and my heart. My heart was filled with enormous joy. The scenery was so mesmerizing that I hardly kept my eyes away from them.
Bagi bunga tadi, cuma bagilah tanda dia datang sini. Sambutan tu. Tak, bunga tu makcik beli. Beli kat orang. Ya. Bunga tu kalau ramai, kadang-kadang bagi bunga, kadang buat telur bagi. Buat macam kita kenduri tu, bagi bunga telur. Bagilah apa yang kita nak buat. Bagi kepada orang yang ramai tu, anak angkat tu. Kalau 2 orang pun, beli hadiah lah bagi. Mereka pun bagi kat kita, kita bagi kat mereka.
Langkawi has vast stretch of dense rainforest along the slope of its two highest mountains, Ganang Raya and Mount Matchingchang. The reserve forest of Ganang Raya spans across an area of over 5,000 hectares. Most of the trekking trails and hiking routes in the island are through these rainforests, where you get to see giant tall trees that are hundreds of years old, some having formed large canopy structures at the top, and also many amazing animal life. The cable car experience in Langkawi is awesome. It's like heaven on earth. 700 meters above the sea level, scenes look like still pictures, and one feels at that moment as if one is also the part of it. On the top of the mountain, while walking on the enthralling bridge, I felt as if I could inhale all scenic beauties in me.
Kan tu duduk sini selama 2 malam. Malam ketiga tu kita turun pergi di dewan lah. Turun semua lah, mak angkat, anak angkat, pakat pergi makan di dewan. Dan tu kita tak buat lah, semua orang macam JKK buat sendiri lah. Buat makanan apa yang dia nak buat lah. Tu makan. Dia buat macam apa kampunat, menari, menyanyi, apa silat, apa semua ada lah. Malam tu. Layan harian macam tu lah. Mereka keluar pergi jalan, balik main macam tu lah. Kita buat macam anak kita lah. Bagi makan, bagi apa sama macam anak lah. Macam mereka keluar pergi, dia balik main, bagi makan nasi. Kalau lambat makan nasi, kita jamu lah, ayak dulu. Buat kuih, buat apa lah bagi jamu mereka. Saat ni jamu nasi. Tu malam saat ni pukul 10 pun makan pula. Kalau malam. Cara makan, bagi makan lu kita lah. Tak ajak ni lah, tak ajak dia makan. Macam-macam lah, bagi makan tangan semua. Makan tangan. Apa yang kita buat, semua dia makan lah. Makan tangan semua.
The best-known legend of Langkawi is of Masuri, a pretty maiden who lived some 200 years ago. She died under tragic circumstances for a crime she had not committed. A victim of a conspiracy plotted against her out of jealousy for her magnetic personality. She was accused of adultery and sentenced to death by the chief of Langkawi, Datu Garmajaya, her own father-in-law. Masuri is best remembered for her curse on Langkawi, which was uttered before she died. Many believed the curse is now over, with the numerous development projects undertaken on the island. Silat is initially a traditional Malay martial art and subsequently evolved into stage performance with its stylized, dancing-like movement. The performer is always in dark color costume with a turban tie on the head, and there's always background percussion, orchestra along with the performance. Two performers will be involved in a silat section, which both of them will normally start the fighting in a slow motion in their gentle martial steps together with a hand gesture. Dining in Malaysia is a truly gastronomic experience. The multicultural nature of Malaysian population has provided a rich legacy of local cuisine and creative styles of preparation. The staggering variety of food, desserts, and fruits found throughout the nation ensures that dining is a pleasant encounter. The unique and yet interesting potpourri of local cuisine has been complemented with cosmopolitan influences, but within this kampong, it exists in its full preserved form.
Kampung ni yang ditubuh start kira ditubuhkan buat rumah ni tahun 81. Lepas tu bergiat masyarakat kampung orang Tok Ondong ni atas Kedah. Lepas tu itulah kementerian nampak kata ni kampung ni adalah masyarakat kampung ni bekerjasama jaga kebersihan kampung. Masa itulah kementerian nampak kata kampung ni adalah boleh tubuh homestay atas pelancongan.
Making my way around the village, I found a community filled with life and vigor, living with its ecological and cultural values, benefiting either directly or indirectly from an enhanced intrusion of tourists coming from all parts of the world. Whether at work or at play, there's always a time to enjoy the little things that make up the daily mosaic of life. For these country people, it's a great life, especially if the idea of fun is just to sit by and watch contentedly as the seniors play their traditional game, chonka. The chonka board has 14 holes in 2 sets of 7 plus an additional bigger store hole for each player. Each player controls the 7 holes on their side of the board, and their score is the number of seeds in their left-hand store. Players take turns moving the seeds except in the first move, which is performed simultaneously, beginning with the hole closest to his or her own store. After this first simultaneous movement, once the last seed falls into an empty hole, the player's first turn is over and the opponent of the player commences his or her turn. A total of 98 pieces are used in the 2 sets of 7 board version. The objective of the game is to capture more seeds than one's opponent. Words cannot express my feelings, nor my thanks for all of your love and kindness. Machi Aziza, your tudong, will always remain with me wherever I go.
Asia, you forgot your ending credit.
Oops.